Okay, so apparently I didn't learn my lesson because I'm going to do another one. Although the reason I'm showing this one is actually because it's pretty interesting. This is the Rocket Sock connection, Franz and Thorgrim. But look at this army. This army is like 90% savage, 95% savage. The only thing that isn't savage is Grimgor, which I would argue that as like the Slaughterer is a better choice because Savage Orc, Slaughterer, makes sense. And that he has a Giant, which I guess you could argue is pretty savage, but I'd rather have a Trolls if you're going to bring savages, because I guess Trolls just kind of seem a little bit more savage than Dwarves, as Giants I suppose. But this, okay, so the battle I showed you last time, which was kind of like a big turtle formation, this is the complete opposite, and this is just the fact that we managed to win this. I just couldn't believe it, because this line of mine gets decimated within about 10 seconds. And I'm talking about everything. The entire line is just gone. The only thing I have left are the Flying Death Squad and the Illuminati Hish, which is kind of MVP, which is pretty much always is. So, start off the battle. Obviously, the Vampire Counts have decided to go heavy flyers due to the fact that I have an Illuminarch. So I'm assuming he's thinking, okay, we'll just fly over, destroy the Illuminarch, and fly back. But the fact that we went heavy flyer meant that it was a bit difficult. But you know, the fact that he's got like two Fellbats, a Vargeist, a Terrorgeist, a Vampire Lord on a Zombie Dragon is going to be quite a difficult fight for us to win, but thankfully it does get done. So right here, I think the Vampire Count player makes a bit of a mistake in the fact that he went for the oh, actually watch this, this is the worst foot of Gork I've ever seen. I mean it literally does no damage, which is kind of a shame. Look at that. Well, it does tiny. Well, then again, I don't know if that damage was done from the foot of Mork or from the or Gork. I don't know which, or from the archers. But I think what he should have done with the Fellbats is he should have just bum rushed the kind of cool as a foot Mork. He should have just bum rushed the Illuminati Hish, not because it would have done damage and destroyed it, but because it would have stopped me from firing just for a small amount of time. So if you can see, he actually did something smart here. Instead of bothering to get these, he just bum rushed and just completely destroyed these as quick as he possibly can, just to get to the handgunners. I mean, it helps that the fact that he kind of got a side charge in, but again, I just wasn't even paying attention. I was micromanaging over here, so this line is just completely decimated. I'm pulling in the other halberdiers to try and help, but I'm getting hit by Vampire Counts. I've got a Giant, my handgunners are dead. The Illuminati Hish is running for its life, but thankfully this Illuminati Hish survives the entire game. So this was MVP because it killed the Giant and Grimgor, and I got like 40 kills. So if it wasn't for the Illuminati Hish, this would have been such a difficult battle, especially considering Franz ends up biting the dust, the Bright Wizard roused, the Empire Cap did pretty well. But my line is just completely finished. The only thing I have left really is these halberdiers to try and kind of bottleneck his orcs, because the last thing I want is his orcs getting round to Empty's thoughts, because Empty's busy with the vampires, whereas I just couldn't believe what happened. I know that spearmen are the preferred choice, but I just like halberdiers, mainly because halberdiers deal with the biggins and the black orcs more effectively than spears. But the fact that he went all savages, there's just really nothing I can do. These things are designed to destroy infantry like this. So the fact that he went like all savage as well, which is just pretty fun. I'm still yet to win using all savages, which is something I really want to do, but maybe I'll try online, because it's, I mean, tag team, because tag battles usually tend to be a little bit easier than just single ranked battles, so maybe I'll just try that. So at this point we've managed to kill the Lord, thankfully. So Vampire Counts are, you know, they're on borrowed time. See, they just start like just crumbling straight away, pretty much. Yeah, he's Terrorgeist is next. Terrorgeist did nothing. Although he does still have Hex Wraiths, and these Hex Wraiths are going to be a problem for the Illuminati. Mainly not because they're going to kill it or anything. It's just the more time they're engaged in battle means that the Grimgor has more time to be alive and to do damage, and the fact that my lines are done. I mean, these guys are periodically going to rout and come back, and I'm going to try and make a little bit of resistance over here, but my infantry's finished. It's not going to do anything. The only thing really that I have left are my characters and the Illuminati Hish, and I need to keep this thing alive, because Grimgor, he's on half health, but he's going to be able to do a ton of damage, not to mention the fact that his entire army is savage. and these things, they're going to be a real problem versus Longbeards. Because even though these guys aren't on my PS and they have a heavy armor, these are just going to attack at such a much. I mean, these guys have 36 attack, these guys have 49. Not to mention they have Warg, so it's going to be a problem. And the Orc Shaman has Here We Go, so they have a potential to have 116 extra melee attack. So yeah, the last thing I need is this thing getting destroyed. So like I said, I'm trying to build resistance over here just to give these guys the basically just kind of keep these these board boys away from this. I want to kind of bait them here, especially considering the giant's back. So I just need as many troops to come over here as humanly possible on the orc side, just so I can kind of just tie them down for a second whilst my Illuminati Hish does damage. And I'm pretty sure at this point Karl Franz actually bites the dust. I'll try and find his corpse. I'm pretty sure I died, and I'm pretty sure the Karl Franz is dead. Bright Wizard's routed. Grimgo takes one in the face. Sorry. Have fun. And right now it's just there's a giant. It doesn't have much health, but I need to kill it because it's going to do ridiculous amount of damage. Now he has gyrocopters, but it's just such a. It's going to be such a kind of issue with the gyrocopters because they're busy trying to just thin his numbers, whereas I have like this giant Luminarch, and that was a waste of a hit. I don't know why I even bothered. I should have went right there, but the giant's coming back. I need to get rid of it. I see it. I'm going to try and pull my Empire Captain out to try and just charge it to death, but thankfully the Illuminarch actually gets there first. So after the giant's dead, it's just a matter of can we grind out their infantry, and the fact that both of their generals have died, the Terracors and giants dead, Empty's winning the grind fight. Both armies are just going to. I think the vampire counts are actually completely decimated here, so it's just orcs. And the fact that they've got really, no real heavy hitters left other than the Orc Shaman, which he isn't a melee heavy hitter, he's a magic heavy hitter, obviously. And the ball boys are all the way over here, which is kind of what I wanted. I wanted them as far away from here as humanly possible. It means that we get a Pyrrhic victory. So I think I just got a little bit too cocky, thinking that these guys, of course, they're going to hold against Black Orcs. They'll last a while, whereas he just brought savages, which can't complain. Really, I'm still yet to even get close to winning with savages. So I mean, even though the giant technically wasn't all that savage, and I would rather have Azag over Grimgo. I mean, it's different. I've never seen this before, so. Whereas, Vampire Counts was a little bit more standard, but had he actually managed to get the use out of the Terrorgeist and on the Hex Wraith, this would have been a huge issue. But with the Illuminati Hish MVPing it out, it took Jesus Christ, look at the amount of kills these guys got as well. I mean, they mainly got so many kills because these guys they just died instantly, so yeah, that was my fault. It was, I was kind of shitting myself really because I thought it was just going to be our first loss, but we managed to just pull it out at the end. There's actually an even closer battle that I had, but it's like 25 minutes long. It was insane. I'm not gonna lie, no Scar, not great. Never was, never will be, but yeah, this was just a battle that I was on the precipice of loss. I just squeezed it out, so there you go. I'm still sick, probably going to be for a few days, but I just try and get as many of these done as possible just to have a little bit of a library. So they're not going to be great, but hopefully you can appreciate the tactics or lack thereof of tactics, considering I got my infantry killed within seconds. So later as